Dr. Manoj is an associate professor at the Department of Geology. He joined the Department of Geology at Dempe College of Arts and Science, Miramar in the year 2003. Prior to joining the department, he worked as a geologist in iron ore mining industry for 5 years. His primary research interest is to understand the hydrogeological setup along the west coast of India. Welcome Dr. Manoj to our Abolianchem Fest 2023.
Thank you so much.
You have such rich and varied experience in the hydrogeological setup. Since our theme today is water, no better person than you to share your views. Your research in the hydrogeological setup is certainly of help to us here in Goa. What is your contribution to all of this?
First of all, thank you very much for inviting me to this beautiful festival here, Abolianchem Fest. And congratulations to the organizers for selecting this theme of water, because I think it is one of the most important aspect of our life. In fact, the life is here on this planet because of water. And for propagating this message of saving water is very, very important. So I congratulate the organizers for this beautiful festival. I have been studying water since last 15-16 years. In fact, in the year 2006, when this issue of Madai River sharing with Karnataka was again at its peak like it is today, I realized that when I was actually going through the regular newspapers, I realized that newspapers were printing data which was varying every day. You know, every day newspaper would say that this much of water is there in Madai, this much of river is flowing in Goa, this much is in Karnataka, and I realized that there is a lot of problem with the data that is available. So I thought of generating some scientific data regarding the Madai River and all the aspects about Madai River. So I started right from understanding what is Madai and what is Mandavi, to how much of Madai is in Goa, how much of is it in Karnataka, and how much is in Maharashtra, then to how much rainfall we receive in Madai River, how much water quantity is there, how much falls in Goa, how much falls in Karnataka, then how much of it is actually fresh water, how much of it is saline water, how much of it enters the groundwater, enters into the ground and is available for a longer period. So I started generating some basic information about the water resources of Madai. I think that is my small contribution. Later on, I started studying the water quality of Madai.
Thank you so much, sir. Water is close to the heart of everyone, but very particularly to us in Goa, because we have the ocean and the sea as our neighbors. What is the concern in the deteriorating quality of water in Goa? What could be the cause? Are we responsible for this?
I think here I must give some figures to the audience. We are almost 8 billion population in the world now, and out of this 8 billion people, almost 2 billion people drink contaminated water every day. Fresh water resources are not available to everybody. I think we in Goa should consider ourselves very fortunate. The water in Goa is very, very good quality. However, as you asked me whether we are responsible for the deterioration of quality that we observe today, yes, of course. As we know that there are various sources of pollution, there is industrial effluents that are discharged into the water bodies. Then the domestic sewage is one of the major contributor of water pollution. So that sewage discharge is a major cause of worry. Then there are fertilizers and pesticides that are used in the agriculture, and these also ultimately land up in freshwater resources, and they pollute our freshwater resources. So understanding this, all the aspects that contribute to the quality of water is very important. And as I say, we may not be farmers now, or we may not be industrialists, but somebody is producing all the substances that we need every day, and for that they produce it because we demand. We have a demand for those things. So when we ask for something, there is some production happening, but when that production is happening, some effluents are created and then they are discharged into the environment and ultimately to water resources. Similarly, we may not be farming right now here in Panjim and nearby areas, but somewhere someone is farming for us. We need rice, we need dal and all the other things. So water is required there, and there for good production they have to apply fertilizers, they have to apply pesticides. So we cannot blame them directly, it's our demand. And in addition to that, of course, we use so many cosmetics every day in our life. Simple soap that we use for our bath, is a major pollutant. So we must know where our sewage is going. How do we discharge our regular garbage? If we are aware about these basic concepts, I think we will contribute a lot to the cause of saving water.
That indeed is an interesting fact, sir. Thank you for enriching us from your storehouse of knowledge. A great pride to us that you are a member of the committee to draft what was Goa's state water policy in 2021. What has come out of there? Where are we today? Is there anything for us to be afraid of or to be concerned about?
Afraid of? Right now, I would say no. But I would put a big question mark on the future. As per international standards, 1,700 cubic meters of water per person per year is considered as sufficient. And if the water availability goes below that, the place is considered as water stressed. In Goa, right now we have water which is 1,800 cubic meters. So it is slightly above the international standard. So that way we are safe right now today. But as we know that the population increases regularly, the industries have increasing demand, agricultural demand also increases regularly. So in future, yes, there will be a lot of issues even in Goa, though we don't have such severe stress conditions right now. So in the state water policy, what we have done is we have tried to understand the present water requirement of the state and the water availability, and we have tried to project what will be the future requirement. So in this entire exercise, what we have done is we have realized that right now what we do is we have some major water supply schemes like the OPA scheme or the Salauli dam, from where most of Goa gets water. What we suggest is we should have an integrated water development and management plan, wherein not only these major water supply schemes that we have should work, but the smaller water bodies should be utilized in every place wherever there are such good water bodies. So we have suggested to the government that every small fresh water body should be protected and conserved for future use. Similarly, rainwater harvesting is a very important aspect that we must stress now. So that has been also recommended, and there are such many recommendations in the state water policy.
Thank you, sir. We would surely take note of this. Interestingly, you are now working on mapping and assessment of groundwater quality that Goa is reached in so many different villages where we have natural springs. At one time, these were the life source of the people of that village. What has happened to that now, and how far is your research work going on?
Yes, we have many springs in Goa, and I have mapped almost more than 100 springs in North Goa so far. I have been taking every year one taluka, and in fact my students have been going to all these places and identifying the locations and assessing the water quality of these springs. So every year we take one taluka, and we have been preparing an inventory of all the springs. We have completed all the 5 talukas in North Goa. We are yet to do the South Goa district. My broad observations are like this. Yes, we have been neglecting our springs more recently. The primary reason is that we have a good water supply in Goa. The PWD supplies us water regularly, so we did not go to these ancient supplies where we were depending on them for so many years. We don't go to them. Only when there is some interruption in the water supply, we go to these springs. So yes, they are in a bad state right now, and though some of the village panchayats are doing very good job, wherever they know that there are some springs, they have protected by themselves. But in overall, the state of these springs are not very good, and we need to protect them. The water quality is fundamentally good in Goa, the spring water quality. However, what we have observed is there is a lot of biological contamination, which comes from human waste or animal waste into the water. So we have found at many places, in fact 70-80% of the springs what we have mapped are contaminated biologically. So if you drink the water directly, you're likely to fall sick on the 3rd day of consuming them.
Thank you, sir. Would you, in your estimate, feel that the quality of our groundwater in Goa is being impacted by all of this? What would be the future of water, the scene of water in Goa?
Yeah, as I said, we have right now sufficient water. And as you all are aware that there is an issue with Karnataka over the Madai River, where the Karnataka government has proposed to build some dams over Madai River, and the state of Goa has raised objection over it. However, they have already got some approvals, and we may not be able to stop them entirely. It is not only important to stop them, but it is also important to utilize our resources wisely. We should take care that we do not spoil our existing freshwater resources, As I said, sewage disposal in Goa is a very big issue. Most of us traditionally have septic tanks or soak pits in our houses. Now, recently government has started implementing centralized sewage collection systems. Only 2-3 cities we have implemented it already. So this centralized sewage collection system has to be implemented in all the towns immediately. I think that should be our priority, because these small septic tanks and soak pits are one of the major contaminants of groundwater. They leak or they overflow, and the sewage enters into the groundwater, spoiling most of the groundwater, especially in the coastal zone of Goa. The groundwater is already polluted. So we need to prioritize the centralized water collection system. Similarly, the garbage disposal problem is again a major issue. We have to address this issue urgently.
Thank you, sir. could you give us a message as teachers or future teachers of Goa who in some way or the other would be impacting the future of Goa? Would you give us a message as to what and how much we can talk to our students about preserving water, working for water, working with water?
I had an opportunity to witness all the programs here for last 1.5 hours, and I think the participants have clearly given the message to all the attendees here. I need not give a major message, but yes, I would like to say that water should be high on our agenda. We cannot take it for granted. Just because we can say something or talk something we should not say. For example, we always demand that government should supply us 24 hours water. To me, it is a wrong demand. 2 hours of water supply is sufficient for any household. So when we demand something to government, we should think over it. We should understand what we are asking for. Similarly, polluting our freshwater resources is a crime, and it should be treated as a crime. We have beaches, nice beaches, and the ocean is there. A lot of recreational activities can be concentrated there, but please do not go to the hinterland. I know government itself, promotes hinterland tourism. I think it's a very, very bad idea. Our hinterland water resources are very important, and we must preserve them. Similarly, to the teachers, I would say, talk about water all the time to the students. Everybody understands its importance, but I think we take it for granted somewhere. So we should highlight the importance of conserving and preserving our water resources all the time. I think that is what I would say.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time and for your presence. And I wish you all the best for all your future endeavors.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you very much for listening.